Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 186 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Fantastic. If this is the first time you're seeing or hearing us, whatever I said last time, seeing, hearing, listening, I got confused. This is the Two Player Co-op Podcast where just about every week, two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure you like the video, subscribe. We're getting very close to 1,000. We keep creeping up, and we appreciate that so much. Everybody that's subbing, thank you. I think right now we're like 24, 25 away. We would love to get it sooner than later. So if you like what you see,
that's a good deal.
I saw that. I've got the only one I've got on Blu-ray is Fallout. I've got 1, 2, and 3 on DVD. We're talking about Mission Impossible 6 movie collection right now. Per Wario is on sale for $26.66, but by the time you see this, it's not anymore. I've got 1, 2, and 3. Dad has 4. I never saw 5, and then I've got 6.
You never saw 5?
No. I saw Ghost Protocol. I didn't see Rogue Nation. The one where he's outside the plane. I didn't see that one. I saw the one where he goes up the building, and I only saw it once. I barely remember it.
Which is the one? I think it's 4, where he goes into the water thing and he's like spinning around.
I think that's 4. I think that's Ghost Protocol. I think that's the same one where he climbs up the
building.
building.
I've seen Rogue Nation, and I've at least seen the part where he's on the plane, because I think that's like the beginning of the movie.
Is it really?
But I don't really remember what else happens.
My dude was really on the plane.
Yeah, that was legit.
I mean, he had a rope on him, but still. I mean, a tether, whatever. So, Two Player Co-op Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000. Thank you so much. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop. Just like our producers, Steve Appleton.
The wrong way.
I don't think it's... No, you went the right way. Yeah, because I'm on this side.
Does that get reversed?
Yeah.
No, so yeah, it is that way. Okay, I'm out of practice. It's been a while.
Our producers, Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, and Vernon Slayton did, as well as our affiliates, Logan Wilkinson and James Solar. If you like merch, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2playercoop.
That just smelled. That didn't even smell like a burp. It just smelled like Coke.
Really?
Like,
I take that as a compliment. I'm drinking a Coke Zero if you're not watching. And whenever we start twitching again, it'll be at twitch.tv/2player_co-op. First off, I want to say sorry about the audio issues last week. We first noticed them on the last Mario Makers that we did. It was 2 Mario Makers because we recorded them in one night. But I think what happened over time is I was worried my USB mixer was dying, but what I figured out was over time trying to balance our audio, I would have one mic go up, and then I'd move the other mic up, and then I'd got it up to where they were on the USB mixer almost at the top of the dial. And we recorded last week in OBS, because that's what we were using when we were twitching the podcast live, and we may get back to that. But we had some issues with it, so should be fixed now. Hopefully there won't be any clipping. We're going back to the old school way of record the video. If you wonder how we do this, record the video, record the sound separately, sync it up with a clap, post it, post-pro it, then post it, and you know what I mean. So sorry about that. Yeah, thanks for Stephen Appleton reaching out and letting me know. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Usually we pride ourselves on having very good audio. We've said that many times in the past, and now we should again. So sorry about that. Shouldn't happen anymore. We'll figure out when we do the next play. We'll get that all balanced as well. I just want to say one thing before we get into the video games. You know how you and I always say that we're living in the Truman Show?
Yes.
So I was in the pool today with Jess, floating. Eliza was sleeping. The boys were inside playing Fortnite or probably Rainbow Six, whatever. And she's been having the boys go around the pool like in sections, and we're paying them to pressure wash a section at a time, paying them like $10 an hour or whatever.
That's not bad.
And they're so like, Nick's like you always say you want to make money, you want chores,
more than minimum wage.
But then he's like, I'm like, you can't. I'm not just going to give you money; you have to earn it. That's how this works. Anyways, so I was looking at it, and I did a section, and then I got in the pool, and then we started talking. And I was like, I really think we're going to have to buy a couple new hoses here pretty soon because these are super old. I think we might have even had them at the previous house. So they're like probably 10 years old at this point. Because when you hook them up to something, the water just doesn't go through the hose. It goes, psh,
yeah.
It's annoying. So then I go, and she's like, no, I want you to, Noah came out, or she went in and was like, get off of freaking Rainbow Six. Get out here, do your pressure washing. Okay, cool. So I go and I move because it was hooked up at the hose behind the pool, but back by the filter and stuff. So I was going to hook it up with the one by the house. Hook it up, turn it on, Make sure it's working and everything. Oh, crap. I forgot to turn the hose on. Go turn the hose on. Turn the hose on. Mind you, 10 minutes before this, I told Jess, we're probably going to need to buy new hoses here pretty soon. What do you think happened when I turned that hose on?
The hose burst.
Yes.
Like,
right in the middle. It was like right next to the towels that were dry, too. I'm like, son of a biscuit. So I turned off. I was like, I told you, Jess, like, we are in the Truman Show. I fully believe it. Like, I've said so many times, I think I've said it to you, that, like, sometimes I think of people as, like, NPCs, that they're just, like, in the Truman Show, and
they're just there for your
manipulate,
benefit.
except for, like, you and people I actually interact with.
Yes, not me.
He is not a paid actor. So I just want to bring that up, that I am officially in the Truman Show.
So I hear a lot that you and I look a lot alike, as we should, because we're brothers.
We're brothers.
I don't see it.
I don't either.
Okay, well, it's not just me then. I don't think either of us look like each other or mom or dad.
I think
like some people you
everybody-
see and like siblings, you can tell they look alike or they look like one or both of their parents. I don't think either of us look like each other or mom or dad.
People have told me that I'm dad's twin. And I don't really... Sometimes when I was younger, and if I look at younger pictures of him, I see it. But I don't think we're twins. But then, I think Allie's one of them was like, oh my God, you and your dad, yeah. You could be brothers, but with, 30 years difference or something. Right. But no, I don't think you and I look alike either.
Okay.
At all.
So it's not just me.
Excuse me. But I think you look exact... That one picture of Gramp White.
Yes.
In the Army, I'm like, that's Sean.
Yeah.
Like, picture perfect. That is Sean. That was weird.
Yeah.
So, all right, a little bit of history on us. The only other thing I got down here, The Last of Us 2 reviews are out. We don't have one yet because we didn't get the game, shockingly. Also, I didn't ask because I was like, what's the point? But
You've been like, Neil, what's up?
96 on Metacritic, the highest rated.
Didn't it drop?
Oh, did it drop to 95?
I
It
thought
started at 95.
I went from 95 to 96. I thought it had dropped a few points.
Hold on.
Maybe not.
Let me see.
I mean, something's still very good, but I thought it had dropped some.
Refresh. Nope, 96, 89 reviews.
Okay.
The highest rated PlayStation exclusive that there is. It's only behind Red Dead 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5.
Wow.
I'm so happy. I actually was thinking it was going to be, not that it really matters, like an 87 because everybody was so mad about the spoilers. But then Neil had been coming out and saying, look, even if you've read the spoilers, it's not the whole story. You have to play this game. You have to see it all play out, et cetera, et cetera. And I've still avoided all of them. Do not comment any spoilers. What's your hype level for this Friday? Did you pre-order? I pre-ordered it from Amazon.
I did. I don't know. It's however many people can't be wrong. I'm sure the story is going to be fantastic. I would think they've come a long way since the first one, which I'm not going to say is a bad game by any means, but the gameplay is just... It was probably fantastic at the time.
Yes.
But it doesn't hold up. It's not like my most hyped game ever or anywhere near it, honestly, but I'm looking forward to it.
I'm very excited, but it's also like... It's hard to get... How do I say this? It's not like Final Fantasy VII Remake, where I'm like,
I have no like connection to it. So Final Fantasy VII Remake was something I just never thought would actually happen, and then it did. This it's like
you knew it was going to be fun to play. This probably
this
won't
section
necessarily
of it,
be
yeah.
fun. Well, yeah,
yeah. I'm a little not worried, but I don't know. I guess just curious to see how. I've heard people say like there are parts that are like tough, not in a Death Stranding way, but just it's tough to play. Like it's not
unsettling or something.
Fun,
yeah,
kind of. Nothing like graphic, like oh my god, but just like the same way, like how for me, anyways, like Resident Evil 7. I love the game, but there are times where I'm just like I can't right now. I'm not saying this is going to be scary like that, but I see it being a similar way where it's like emotionally draining, and I feel like I can only take so much at a time or something like that. So
yeah, I don't know that this is one I'm going to be able to power through. So we're getting it Friday. I say we record next Monday, not Sunday. Give us as much time with it as we can, maybe even Tuesday. But I'm not going to be able to beat it in that time frame because I've got 4 kids.
Have they said how long it is?
I heard somebody say 25 to 30 hours. So it's a lot longer than the first game.
Okay.
So we won't beat it by next week, but we'll have our review in progress impressions. But again, seeing this at a 96, I'm like, once again, they should not have. They should have put out Ghost first, because there's no
Ghost
way
is gonna.
there's no way Ghost is going to be as good as this game. It won't be as high on Metacritic. I'm going back and forth. I think I'm still at the point now where I'm going to wait to see the reviews. Hopefully the embargo's like a week before, so I can pre-order it and get it the day it comes out if I want it. Or I could just do digital, but we'll get to digital here in a minute. But yeah, I think they really screwed up. Not that they screwed up. They want this game out as soon as they can. I get that. But Ghost is going to suffer for it, period. Critically and commercially, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Sean.
Yes.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Nah.
What have you been playing this week?
So, I pulled the trigger.
Nice.
I got Donkey Kong.
Nice.
I owned the other one.
The Wii
I think
one?
it was just like Donkey Kong Country Return. I don't know. It was just like a very generic title.
I think it was Returns, yeah.
This seems almost like a reskin of that. I'm sure it's not. It's been so long since I've played it, but it seems very similar. It's fun. If you like the Donkey Kong Country games, it's fun. It's definitely more difficult than the Super Nintendo ones. And I remember thinking the Wii one was also more difficult. I don't know if this is more difficult than that or not, but it's a lot of fun. It's exactly what you would think.
Drew McIntyre already beat Bobby Lashley. Why can't that be the main event? It's 754
because
Central.
they still have to do the
greatest that's gonna be the
wrestling
main event?
match ever.
Sorry, keep going. Tropical Freeze.
It's a lot of fun. I'm through one world. Whoops. There's some things that take some getting used to, and some stuff that's just not very well explained.
Do you play as Donkey Kong? Do you play as any of the...
You play as Donkey Kong. It seems like there's a way you can choose from other characters, but maybe you have to unlock them. But you can get Diddy, Dixie, and Cranky.
Whatever his name is, yeah.
And they like ride your back, and each one of them, like when you have Diddy, he's got a little jetpack so you can hover for a little bit, and Dixie uses her little hair twirl so you get like a almost like a second, like a double jump, and Grampy, what's his name?
Cranky.
Grandpa Grampy. He does like a little DuckTales like pogo jump kind of thing, so it's cool. I like to think I'm kind of taking my time and not just rushing through, because Donkey Kong always has all these like hidden things, like find all these in the level, find this, whatever. In this one, and I think in the Wii one, because it seems familiar, there are puzzle pieces in the level. Anywhere from, I've seen 5, I've seen 7, and I've seen 9. Does
it tell you how many there are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have yet to collect them all in a single level yet. I think I got 5 of 7 on one. I think I got 7 of 9 on one. But I'm like, I don't know how I'm missing anything.
Yeah.
But I am. So, I don't know. It's something where, there's a reason to go. I don't know what you unlock, but I'm sure you unlock something. So, there's a reason to go back and try to find everything in the level. So, I don't know. It's fun. I'm glad it's a Switch game, because it's the kind of thing that I can just, like today, Kira was watching Peppa Pig or something. And I just pulled it out and just play. So, it's the kind of thing you can just pick it up, play for a little bit, and be done with it. But I like it. It's a lot of fun.
Good.
I have also been playing Resident Evil 7 in VR.
Oh, I saw the tweet. That's right.
And my God, like that game terrifies me in general. It is a totally different experience.
Now, this isn't the first time you tried it on your VR, right?
I did it when I first got it.
Okay.
And I just did like the intro.
Yeah.
Like the part in like the guest house or whatever. I got to the dinner scene and that was it. That's how far I got when I played the other night. And I was by myself. Brittany was out doing like a girls' night or whatever. I'm like, I'm going to start this up. I couldn't. So I had the headphones in. It's very, you know how that game is where you're just walking and you kick a can and you're like, what? And it's just that kind of stuff at all times. And it's, like surround sound kind of thing. And I had played it, at least that part, recently enough to know all the parts where like Mia jumps out at you and whatever. So it wasn't too bad.
See, I've forgotten so much,
But-
except the screwdriver in the hand. That's all I remember.
So yesterday, while Brittany was there, I picked it back up and, you know, starting from like the dinner scene, kept going. That may be the most terrifying.
Oh, with Jack?
Yeah. I like screamed. Because there's a part, you know, like the phone rings and he leaves and you rock your chair out, and that's when you finally get to start moving around. And I'm like, I know he pops out and gets you. Like, I don't remember what happens. So I'm like literally going up to like every corner and like, you know, peeking around and whatever. And I go down this, you know, there's like one long hallway.
Yeah. Where he comes through the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I look down there and I don't see him. I'm like, okay, I know I have to go down there. There's like a key or something, but I know that's the next thing I do. So I start going down there, and all of a sudden he walks out and he's just like looking at something in the corner. And I'm like, oh my God. So I start like backing up, and I'm just about around the corner, and he's like, I see you, boy. Anyway, that sounded like Foghorn Leghorn, but you know, however he talks, and
I'll say.
and I'm just like, oh my God. So I went back into like the dining room, whatever you want to call it. And so there's like the dining room is connected to the like kitchen area.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a hallway here. And then here's the hallway where he is.
Okay.
So I came back in through here, and I'm sitting here, and there's like double doors right here. So I'm thinking he's going to come in here, and as soon as he does, I'm going to bust out and run by him.
Do you have a gun at this point? I can't remember.
I do, but I don't think you're supposed. Actually, I didn't yet.
Okay.
But I have a gun waiting for me in the first storage box, I think, because I had beaten it or whatever. And so you get that a little. You don't get your first gun typically till the garage when he kills the cop.
Right.
You get his gun.
Okay.
So I had a gun a little bit before, but not at this point. And so I'm like waiting by these double doors, and I'm like kind of looking at them like, what if he comes through here? But I keep like looking over there, waiting for him to come through so I can run. And all of a sudden he just burst through the double doors like right in front of my face. I screamed, and I just took off running the other way. And then I went down, and then that part happens where he like burst through the wall, but that happened before I was thinking it did. So then he burst out of there, and I screamed again.
Did you throw your headset?
No, but it was like it's just such a surreal, like, even if you have surround sound and you're just playing on the screen,
It's still way different. Yeah.
you hear something, but it's like back there or whatever. Like now it's like, it's still coming from behind you, but it's like in your ear. And so when you go down in the crawl space and you can hear him like walking over your head, you just get this weird like claustrophobic. I mean, you're already in this cramped area and you just hear him walking, and it sounds like he's like right over your head. And there are times where I literally just had to like pause it and like extend my headset out and just be like, okay, I'm not really there.
Here.
I'm in my living room. I'm safe, whatever. But I think I'm going to, I mean, I don't know. Once Last of Us comes out, I'll probably stop playing for a little bit. I pre-ordered
Mario.
Paper Mario also. I mean, I've got, 4 or 5 weeks for that. So I don't know.
It's the same day as Ghost.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Okay. So I don't know. I plan on probably playing all the way through it. It may take, several weeks or maybe even months at this point with all the other stuff coming, but
So
it is just, it's crazy.
So going back to it, especially in VR, how does he compare to Mr. X? Is he more terrifying? Because I haven't played this game since release. I've been saying forever I need to go back and play it. Now
It's
that
more
8's coming,
terrifying.
I will, but
It's more terrifying in a way because it just feels more real.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of VR or because, as stupid as it sounds, he seems more real because he's
a person.
somewhat, a person. And he's like yelling at you, and he's like, as opposed to just hearing somebody like stomp, and to me it's more terrifying. Oh God. And then I got to the part where it's the second videotape and you're Mia And she's like, Ethan, I'm sorry, that wasn't me. If you see this, blah 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 blah, whatever. And she's like running away from Marguerite in the the other like garden house. I don't know what it is. And you're like hiding behind the boxes. That was terrifying. And there's one part where I took off running, didn't know she was about to come out of a door. And I'm like, ugh! And I tried to turn around and run and hide. But she saw me and she's just screaming at me. And just her screaming, like, just was terrifying. And then, you know, when she catches you and all of a sudden she's like in your face and whatever, like, I had like goosebumps. Like, I was just like, ugh. And then that part ends, you go into like another little crawl space. And she's like, well, there's no escape down there, whatever. And she like closes the thing. And then you're like, well, now what do I do? So you start backing up and all of a sudden like the lights go out and you just hear Mia like, and all of a sudden they like come back on and she's like in your face. And like, it's just, oh God, it's terrifying. I feel like
you're a crazy person for playing this in VR.
Other than not the Marguerite boss fight, but when you're actually in that same area as Ethan, other than that part, I think I'm past all of the like, just like, I mean, her boss fight's disgusting, but I think I'm past all of like the truly like scary parts. What I will say, I'm playing on easy because I don't care.
Yeah.
But like shooting, like your target, your gun is just like wherever you're looking. So it's like just like little motions of your head. You can like it's so easy to like aim and stuff as opposed to like using the sticks. But it's better. It's like it's literally just wherever you look. So it's like, I don't know. It makes it a lot easier when you're trying to. You know.
So do you use the right stick at all, or is your head the right stick?
It's both. So your head can like look around and whatever, but you can also use the right stick. Like also moves. It's like if you go down a hall and you're turning right, you're not expected to go and then turn and keep playing. You can just hit the right stick a couple times to move it while you're still facing forward.
Okay.
It's more just for like looking around and aiming and stuff. Okay. But when you're actually just navigating, you still kind of use the right stick. But it is terrifying. Like that game is the scariest game I've ever played, and it's somehow way worse in VR. It is terrifying. Yeah. And I feel like a kid again because I don't know that I would play it again in VR if I'm alone. Like I need Brittany there to be like it's like I was telling her, it's almost like, what do you call it? Inception with like the token.
Oh, the kick.
Like I need her to like be my connection to like the real world. It's just such a weird.
No, I completely understand it.
But I don't think I would play it alone again in VR anyway.
Yeah,
but that's what I've been playing. Pretty much two opposite ends of the spectrum: Resident Evil 7 and Donkey Kong Country. But yeah,
I played some more Riverbond. I'm to the point now where I texted Sean yesterday. I was like, "Oh my god!" I think it was yesterday. I was like, "Oh my god!" I almost beat the game by accident because we're planning on doing something with it. So I got all the way through it. It's such dumb, stupid fun.
Is that basically like you need to beat the game and then you'll have it platinumed?
Yes. Okay. I've done everything except that. I've done all the collectibles. I've done everything else. I've done everything in the last world that I needed to like talk to this person in this level.
So do you literally just have like a final boss fight?
No, you start at the beginning of that world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like 35, 40 minutes. So I don't know how long this podcast is going to go, but we'll see if we want to do it or not.
Yeah.
But it's just dumb, stupid fun, and I love it. It's so much fun. It would be more fun with two players, but you'll see when you play it.
Yeah.
But that's really all I've been playing, except I got 4 more platinums.
4 more in the last week.
So now we're at 49. 49. So this is what you could tell what we're planning with Riverbond.
Wasn't your goal for the year 50?
Mm-hmm.
And you no longer want that to be Metal Gear Solid 3?
Not at this point, because there's no way.
Now you just need to go to like 60.
I think
you need to reevaluate your goals.
I think. I don't know how many more cheap platinums I want to buy, but like I would like for now. My goal would be if I ever get to 75, maybe that can be MGS3, just so it shows in my profile on PSN profiles. So the first game I'll talk about is called Metagal. Again, it's a Ratalaika game, of course. It is a complete, straight-up rip-off of Mega Man X, I would say. You're just a girl instead. You're Metagal instead of Mega Man. And it's actually kind of fun. It's the first Ratalaika game that I've played that was actually, like, fun. It's straight up Mega Man X. It's got like the life containers look exactly the same. You've got the doors that go up, you can jump into them, and then the screen scrolls to get to a boss, and so you can jump, and like it's Mega Man. It's a knockoff Mega Man. It's kind of fun. I only played through one level because that's all I had to do to get the platinum, and then I deleted it. Well, you got to die like. It's so funny. Some of these trophies are like die by spikes, die by falling. Reach a checkpoint. It's so dumb. And Colin absolutely abhors these games. Is it abhor or abhor?
Abhor, I think.
Yeah.
Abhor.
He hates them. So I got that on Vita and PS4. And the funny thing is when I go to PSN profiles and I look at my stats, I got one of them in like 18 minutes and 53 seconds. I know. And the other one was like 18 minutes and 47 seconds. So it was like almost dead. That would have been the craziest thing ever if I got both of them in the exact same amount of time. It would have been super weird. What?
Just sounded super weird.
Super weird. Now, my other two...
No, wait. How much did this game cost?
It was on sale for $249.
Oh.
I got it a few weeks ago.
Okay.
I stacked up. Oh, I bought another game called Attack of Toy Tanks because I thought that was going to be an easy one. F that game. I'm just going to have this crappy game showing on my profile without getting a platinum. Talk about tank controls. It's a top-down tank game where you are toy tanks, and there's like obstacles. You have to beat like 70 levels. This is not like an easy platinum. And the game controls like crap because you're tanks. Like, I cannot get a handle. I don't even want to try it on the PS4. I've only tried it on my Vita because I don't want this game showing twice that I couldn't get the platinum in this crappy game where like 97% of people have the platinum. But it just controls horribly and whatever. The other game I got is called, I don't know how you say it. I think it's Zeroptian Invasion. Zeroptian. That was a perfect. Hold on. Let me go to my trophies. Zeroptian Invasion. Z-E-R... Well, how would you say this? Z-E-R-O-P-T-I-A-N.
Zeroptian?
Or Zeroptian or something. I don't know. So this is another... Remember how Top Run was going to haunt me? I've kind of given up on that because it's just too much grinding and it's just not that fun anymore. I'll probably still end up getting it at some point. It is like a Space Invaders game.
Okay. You
have to get through 7 levels. This is the first Ratalaika game that, other than the toy tanks thing, because it just controlled horribly, this was like, this is so difficult, I don't think I'm going to get it. I started on the Vita. You have to get through 7 levels, and at that 7th level, you have to fight this boss. And if you die, you go like 4 levels back, but the problem on the Vita, this game is so unstable, it crashes all the time. So then you got to start all the way back at level 1, get up to a continue point, get up to 7, beat it, whatever. I had to put this game... I almost threw my Vita across the room. I was so pissed off. And I'm like, I'm just not going to get this platinum. All I got to do is beat these 4 levels it was, and then beat the boss, and I get the platinum. And I couldn't do it. So then I tried it one night on the PS4. I platinumed the game in like 17 minutes. So clearly it was just... I don't know if it was the size of the screen, but like... compared to the Vita, or if the Vita version just isn't as responsive or something. But I felt like I was just getting killed because it's Space Invader. It's a vertical shooter. They shoot stuff down. Sometimes there's things that do this. There's power-ups, whatever. I finally got it Friday on my lunch break after playing for like another... I probably played this game... It took me 17 minutes on the PS4. I probably played it for 4 or 5 hours on the Vita. Because I was like, I'm not going to let this game beat me. And I finally got it. But it is, oh my God.
So even after you got it on the PS4, it's not like it all of a sudden clicked.
No,
and
you have to earn it on. Oh, no.
No, but I mean,
went back.
but you still couldn't do...
Nope, took me like another hour and a half. I could not beat it. And I was like, I'm not going to let this stupid, cheap-ass game beat me. I'm not going to let it happen. So I'm now at 49 platinums. I'm on the verge of greatness.
That's good.
I think Riverbond is a good, fun... 6, 7, 8 hours. I don't know how many hours I've putting into it, but it's fun and it's a real game. You know, the thing that finally made me realize before I went to that final boss, because it was like when you talk to the people, it was seeming really epic, and I was like in this like library or something with this elder sage and blah, blah, blah. And if you go past here, blah, blah. And I'm like, hold on. I think I'm at the last level because when you go to the start screen, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I knew there was DLC for this game, and it was called Crystal Watch. But I was like, I'm having so much fun. Maybe the DLC is like $5. I'll just buy it because I'm having so much fun with this. Could never find it on the PSN store. I finally realized that 9th level is called Crystal Watch. That's just the DLC. So then I backed out before I beat the game and got the platinum too early. And then I played the DLC. And I beat that section, got all those DLC trophies too. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. It's a nice, dumb, like time killer game before Last of Us comes out.
Yeah. Interesting.
Sean, you want to get in the news, the one news item of the week?
I can't imagine what it could be.
I don't know. So this past week, there was a little thing called the PlayStation 5, The Future of Gaming event. And I'm going to go through everything one by one down here because I've took notes through the whole thing. I was trying to take, that's why I wasn't really tweeting because I was like, I'm writing down every game, what I know about it, and then going back and filling in my notes and stuff. But just overall thoughts before we go through everything. What did you think? I'll say what I think first. I was disappointed. They didn't show Gears 5, still didn't get gameplay. Halo Infinite, we're a few months away from release. I mean, oh crap, wait a minute. That's the wrong. This was the best freaking non-E3 video game event I've ever seen in my life. Like,
it was.
I was.
Yeah.
I was shocked at how. First off,
we had some big names, and then you got even some of the weird,
I got lightheaded there.
A lot of the games that are like typical launch games, like that you just kind of whatever. They still look pretty cool.
That's what I wrote down here at the end. I said there was, no matter what kind of video game fan you are, there was something in here, probably multiple things in here to make you go, holy crap, I need a PS5.
The one thing that I'm just like, what? Even though it looked, I don't mean it looked interesting, it literally just physically looked cool, was that Goodbye Volcano High or whatever. Like, that one's just, it looks like I'm playing a show on Cartoon Network. Like, that one's just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
The rest of them, pretty much every single other game, unless maybe there's something that I'm forgetting about, looked like something that I would legit try. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm going to buy all of them, but like, they all at least interest me.
Yeah. I mean, this is, like I said, this is the best video game non-E3 presentation I've ever seen. And not to mention, everybody's working from home. The quality of this was insane compared to the Inside Xbox.
Well, because all the guys were just CG'd.
No, that's not true. I thought you believed it. So that was a rumor going around that they were rendered on the PS5. Come on, people. But if you compare it to like the Inside Xbox in May, they were shot on like 480p webcams with like horrible sound. This was like fully produced in front of green screens. I cannot imagine how much they spent on all those transitions with the sacred symbols every time, and like, I can't even imagine. But the presentation, like, after watching this, they don't need E3. And now I'm like,
no, that's what I was thinking when I'm watching this. I'm like, why do we need E3 anymore?
There's no reason. I mean, I thought for sure they would be here this year. Of course, it got canceled anyways, but they said they weren't going to be. But now after seeing this, and again, this was going all in, all chips on the table, whatever analogy, cliche you want to say. So it's not always going to be like this, but now that you've seen what they can do compared to just, I thought it was just going to be a state of play with like PowerPoint slides, and then it's like, and now a new game, and then it just fades in, whatever. It was so well done. It was over an hour. I was absolutely shocked. It's the most excited I've been for a video game press conference since E3 2016, which was the Death Stranding trailer and God of War kicking it off, among other things. I think, I don't know, what else did they show? There was another one. There was another big one there. I can't remember. I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away.
Yeah.
All right.
I had my hopes pretty high.
I had mine through the roof. I was trying not to, and then they exceeded them.
Yeah, I mean, everything that I could have realistically... There was nothing that... Other than things that I just no part of me actually believed would happen. Like, those aside, it blew my expectations out of the water.
Yep. All right, let's run through it all. This is probably going to take a while, but again, it's the only news item. So they kicked off with like cool graphics of the sacred symbols, and little did we know that was going to happen throughout the whole thing. They started with that old PS1 boot up sound, which is just music to my ears, and then they did the hype video with, I think they went through all the boot up screens, I can't remember, and then they did the PS4 kind of sizzle hype reel and everything. And then Jim Ryan comes on, and I loved it when he closed his little quick speech by saying, "We're going to let our games do the talking."
I loved that. Yeah.
And then randomly, GTA, the game that won't die, GTA 5 comes on screen, and you see up in the top corner, it says PS4 in giant font. Like, yo. And watching it, I'm like, man, this doesn't look that good.
Yeah.
You know, but again, it's a 2-generation-old game. I don't know what other games have spanned 3 full generations, but this one's going to do it. So they announced GTA is coming to PS5 in the second half of 2021. It will be expanded and enhanced. There will be new features, content, and technical improvements. And I also wrote, we ain't ever getting GTA 6.
I mean, not anytime soon.
Like now, I mean, I get it, but like...
There's no way they're not working on GTA 6 right now. But if GTA 5, not even like a remake, remaster, nothing, just here, we're putting on the PS5 also with some enhancements, that's still at least a year out. We're not getting 6 till 24, probably.
That's what I'm thinking,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
11 years since the last one. But they have no reason to not just, like, what the hell? Yeah, and it is coming to Series X as well, of course. But one thing that's only coming for PS4 owners, and this is going to make me reinstall it, and I'm just going to have to clear out hard drive space and leave it there, and you should too, just so we're all leveled up. Yeah. I mean, not leveled up, but moneyed up. Every month from now until GTA Online launches on PS5, if you're on PS4, you sign in and play GTA Online. Within 72 hours, you get $1 million of GTA bucks.
Why not?
Yeah. And GTA Online will be free on PS5, so you don't need to buy Grand Theft Auto 5. They know what their moneymaker is, and obviously it's GTA Online. Yeah. You got PS Plus, you can play GTA Online for free on PS5 whenever that launches. It's going to launch before the actual game comes out. Are you going to buy GTA 5 again?
If I can play online without it, no.
I know. I'm thinking like...
That's all, like, I've never finished a single player campaign.
Not even 4? Wow.
No.
Wow.
That's all I do in that game now is just play online pretty much just with you. I just mess around and shoot people and steal planes and jump out and snipe people from rooftops. And I just like, yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'll definitely play it on PS5, but there's no need for me to buy it. Unless they add a lot of, like, crazy stuff.
Yeah. I beat it on PS3. I beat it on PS4. I don't think I need to beat it on PS5. Unless it comes out at a complete dead time. But then again, I assume, because what they said is like they're going to concentrate on further backwards compatibility. The top 100 games will be available at launch. Now they're testing over 4,000. It'll be more than 100 at launch. But GTA 5 has to be one of those games. So if you can play it on your PS5, how are you going to make people spend $60 again? I'm not doing that again. Because if I trade in GTA 5 on my PS4 to GameStop, I'm going to get $150 for it. Maybe. Right. Probably not even that. So... It's cool that it's coming, but then after this, somebody talked. I can't remember who it was, but then they did that, and then they had a graphic or something that said everything else is going to be shown. They were making very clear that like we've got a great relationship with Rockstar, blah blah blah. It was kind of crappy of them though to show that Rockstar logo. To kick it off, I was like, for a split second, I was like, oh my god, we're getting a GTA 6 trailer. Nope, we're getting a GTA 5 trailer.
Yeah.
But then they said everything else is going to be shown running on a PS5. They said running. They never said, I'm still, well, let's just kick it off. I cried twice during this conference, and I'm not afraid to admit it, or this show. I did not know what the hell was happening until I saw his face. I thought it was an Infamous game. Because of all the electricity and stuff, I was like, holy crap, they're doing an Infamous game. One thing I did like, they would show before the trailer, they would just show...
What are you talking about?
Miles Morales.
Oh, okay.
They would just show PlayStation Studios I love that new logo. I love that branding. Every time I saw it, so the branding's working because every time I saw that, I was like, okay, I need to pay attention now.
Yeah.
But they didn't show PlayStation Studios and then Insomniac to make you think, oh my God, is this a Spider-Man? Is this Ratchet? Whatever. But when they showed Miles, like I didn't, because the way the electricity and everything was going up there, I couldn't tell it was a spider suit. It didn't look like it was just electricity and it's eating away at it and everything. Then he started talking and the voice sounded familiar and I was like, what is happening here? And then when I saw, obviously you see the spider face and it's black and red. I'm like, you're kidding me. And then it just rips away and you see his face. I cried and I got goosebumps. And then they showed him web swinging and flipping and flopping all over the city. And I love just like the little bit of, I don't know if it's gameplay or not, but we see how Miles is going to swing differently, fight differently, different powers. I am so happy, and I cannot believe that you got this prediction right.
Well,
because you never
even
said
I didn't
Spider-Man.
think it would be
You didn't
this
say
year.
Spider-Man 2. You just said, I think you said something Spider-Man. I don't even, because this is not Spider-Man 2.
I don't know that I said Spider-Man 2, but I didn't. I just figured it would be a new Spider-Man because they're like, hey, Spider-Man, look what we can do on PS5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, well, clearly they've got something in the works. So I still stand by. I mean, and I think that goes a long way by having, and I know this may or may not be a true sequel, spin-off, expansion, whatever you want to call it. Nobody knows what it is, but
there was a whole kerfuffle over that.
I think with Miles, if you weren't Miles and you were Peter again, you kind of have to take it out of New York. But why would Spider-Man not be in New York? So, like, I just don't know how you make a true sequel to that game. Be like, but you're back in New York. It's the same exact city. It's like I don't know how you do it. But at least now it's like, well, here you're a different character. He's still Spider-Man, but he's going to be different. So I'm like, okay, that to me that works. But I don't know whenever they do make a full. Like I heard a lot of people saying this is like Lost Legacy.
Yes.
Lost Legacy, is that what it's called?
Yep.
So a standalone game, but not a full game.
It's a spin-off, yeah. But they confused everybody because at first some EVP from over in Europe was like, I don't remember what the exact quote was, but he was essentially making it sound like it was a DLC expansion. So then everybody was like, wait, so is it Spider-Man like Definitive Edition and then there's Miles DLC? Because that sucks if that's what it is or whatever. But then they finally came out and Insomniac said this is a standalone game. Now what I think it really is it's going to be, like you said, the exact same New York. Better graphics, all the fast load times, the SSD is going to be everywhere, blah, 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 like we've heard about with Spider-Man, like you were saying. So it's going to be Spider-Man PS4, but with Miles, with much better graphics, faster loading times. You're flying through the city. There's no pop-in. There's no nothing. No,
Yeah.
is what I expect it to be.
Yeah.
And I'm down. I cannot freaking
And it's
wait.
this year? Like,
It's long.
that's
Apparently,
crazy.
they're saying holiday 2020, which is what they're still saying for the PlayStation. So to me, that means it has to be a launch game. And talk about coming out swinging. Like I was saying last week when you
Literally.
predicted it. Dang it, I didn't even mean to do that. Like you said last week, I was like, I'm most excited for Horizon 2. We'll get to that. But if you want to get people hyped, you put Spider-Man out. And they freaking did it somehow.
lead off with it.
In 2 years, they've got a new Spider-Man game coming out.
Yeah.
Anything else on there that I didn't cover?
I think you hit the big points.
They then showed Gran Turismo 7. And okay.
I just can't.
I got that one right.
Like,
that one right.
I don't know. If you give me like GT6 as like a PS Plus game, yeah, I'll pick it up. I'll play it, whatever. But I just don't care about pure racing game. Like,
I just want
give me
Mario
Mario Kart all day. I just can't get into just a racing game. I just don't care.
Yeah.
I don't know. Looks beautiful, but
Yeah.
I don't care.
And I thought even watching it in 1080p, 30 frames per second on the stream, not full 4K 60 frames, I still thought this was absolutely. And then when you see some of the screenshots that came out after, I'm like,
Yeah.
this is real life. Like Polyphony, I don't know how you do it, but it is just beautiful. I won't be getting it.
No.
But there's a lot of people that are happy that it's not. Because the last one was Gran Turismo Sport. People were like, "What the? Is this a spinoff? Is it a sequel? Whatever." I'm like, "What? It's a racing game. Like, what
Right,
does
who
it matter?"
cares?
But when you put a 7 on it, People
So
are
was there
getting out.
nothing called Gran Turismo 6?
There was.
Oh, okay.
And then they did Sport.
It went from 6 to Sport. Okay.
It's
gotcha.
like Spider-Man, Miles Morales,
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2. And then as soon as I saw that first bug, they said the PlayStation Studios again. Then you see a little cartoony bug crawling up, and I was like, it's Ratchet. And this to me was the one game in this entire presentation that I was like, that is, not to sound like a mark here, that is the power of PlayStation. This game, that whole demo, like the way it transitions from the cutscene into the gameplay where you're riding on the back of the bug thing and you're going super fast, there's no load times, but then you throw in the whole, my dude is going through warps and going to other worlds, and it's just there.
seamless.
And then he goes and he does it again, and then he's doing this the rift, like where he like throws a grappling hook at the yellow thing, and he's like boom, 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 and it's, and not to mention the screens filling up with. I was watching this going, holy crap! There's so many enemies. There's so many explosions. There's just bullets flying everywhere. I love the back and forth between Ratchet and Clank. There's a female Ratchet. I forget what their Lombax, is that what it is? Did I get that right?
Lombax.
This game to me was now, and I was shocked. Apparently it's not a launch game. I got that one wrong, but it makes sense now that Insomniac's got Spider-Man coming out.
Yeah.
I think it'll be pretty quickly though. I think it'll be pretty early 21. But what did you think about Ratchet?
I love it. It's exactly what I want. It almost seems like they heard very early on that PlayStation 5 was going to be like, no load times. And they're like, I know just what to do. And then this is what came out of it. It looks beautiful. I mean, the one on PS4 looked beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you top that? And I don't think just pure graphics wise doesn't look a whole lot different, and it's hard to tell on the stream.
Yeah.
Whatever. But the first one was just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
This, I think it's gonna more or less look the same, a little bit better, but then just all the effects and like the riffs and like whatever, it's just gonna to me that's mind blowing. I can't wait. That's not knowing anything else that's going to be coming out in 2021, really. Easy early candidate for Game of the Year for me.
I am so excited. It's day one for me.
Yeah.
Period. And it makes me want to go back and.
You need to play through the original.
I know, because I only got through
when
one
there's some
level and then I
downtime.
stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played through it 3 times to get the platinum.
Yeah, I
over
need
the
to-
course of like 2 weeks.
I need to look at how I can do that if it's possible to do. I can't remember.
You can
if
get it
you
in
said-
2 playthrough. You
have to
you
do 2.
cannot do it in 1.
Okay.
And as long as you're smart, you can do it in 2.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I need to go back and play it. Just watching this again on a, like you said, a 1080p 30 frames per second buffering sometimes stream, I still was absolutely blown away with what I was watching, and you could tell it was actual gameplay. Like you tweeted, "Hey Xbox, this is how you do a gameplay stream."
Yeah.
Next up was Project Athia or Athia. I'm not sure how you say it. It's coming from Square Enix. It is a PlayStation exclusive action adventure, third person kind of game. Maybe it's a role playing game. We don't really know much about it. Justin Davis was one of the screenshots. There was stuff that it looked like it was from Final Fantasy 15. Did you see that? Did that make sense? Because I was looking at the screens. I was like, until he circled it, I was like, I don't know.
Oh, I didn't see. I don't even know if I saw somebody tweet it. It was probably him.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I'm trying to find the tweet now, but I can't find it now. But yeah, I mean, you can tell. I remember that area from Final Fantasy 15, and then once you see it, you're like, wait a minute, that does look. It looks too similar to be a coincidence, but I can't find it. I don't know. When I saw like Square Enix, I'm like,
oh my god,
there's
I was like,
no way.
I know, but it's just like the Rockstar thing. I was like, GTA 6, Final Fantasy 7 Part 2.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But the game looks cool.
It looks cool. Yeah, I mean, even if I don't, Final Fantasy 15 is just kind of whatever to me. I don't really care. I guess I'd be a little bit. I don't know that I would be any more intrigued if it was a 15. Yeah, there you go. If it was a 15
spin-off,
yeah, sequel, whatever. I mean, Yeah, this picture doesn't even really show it that well, but whatever, I've already forgotten what it is, but this thing is a very prominent, like, you see it a lot in the game.
Okay.
It just seems too... There's no way that's a coincidence. But I don't really care. It looks cool. I don't even know if I found out it was Final Fantasy 15 too, that I'd be any more interested in it. I don't really care. It's a cool... I don't want to say conspiracy theory, but it's a cool, like, I don't know. Whatever. It looks cool. That's all I really can say about it right now. But
yeah, I don't know anything about it, but it does look cool. Next up was Stray, a game coming from Annapurna where you play as a cat, which is hilarious. Other than Bubsy, I don't know that I've ever played as a cat in Lion King, I guess.
I didn't think of it until like 1 or 2 games after it, so I'm like, crap. It's too late to tweet it now. But I wanted to tweet out, play as a cat. I dig it. I was like, crap. But now we're like 2 games past it. I can't tweet it now. But it's just, there's a lot of, and there's nothing wrong with it, but there was a lot of like very, I don't even mean indie looking game, like indie film looking games. Until you said the cat, I couldn't even remember which one. And then I'm like, oh, duh, Stray. It's the cat. Yeah. But yeah, it's, I don't know. Nobody knows anything about it.
Yeah. I think most of these games, even the ones I don't care, I don't think I'm going to play this game.
No.
But I'm still like, it's cool, and I like that the indies are getting some love on this as well as the AAAs and everything.
Yeah.
But it's a world where all the humans are gone. It said R.I.P. humans. The cat lives with robots. I don't know. It looks very interesting, but I probably won't play it. Then they took a break from the games. They did a features overview. They kind of had the DualSense. They showed the bottom of the DualSense where the little metal connectors are. So there's some, I'm sure that's how it'll actually charge on the charging cable thing. There's the headset jack. They had already confirmed that. But then they had the DualShock go whoom, whoom, and it said motion control. And I was like, oh man, if I can play Horizon and I can aim that bow like I could Breath of the Wild, the only game I've ever really liked other than like Wii games, motion controls to fine tune the aiming and then thunk. If I can do that with Aloy, yes.
If they do it right, yeah.
If they do it right, yeah. What was up next? Returnal. This is the new game from Housemarque. Completely different from everything they've done before. Usually they're like side-scrolling or top-down, arcade-style, shoot everything, high-score chasing. I think I already said that. But this is like a third-person action-adventure game where you're a lady astronaut, and every time you die, the planet changes. I don't know. Good luck to you, Housemarque. I hope you're not... I don't know. I think you should have stuck to what works. But
yeah.
Next up was Sackboy: A Big Adventure. And I'm shocked. I was shocked that they brought Sackboy back.
I have just never, ever, ever been able to get into Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
I don't... The actual gameplay was not fun. I mean, not fun enough. It almost wasn't even fun. And unless you get into, like, all of the weird... It's almost like Animal Crossing or something. Like, there's just too much just like, yeah, you can play the game, but you can also, like, customize and do this and that. And it's like, I don't care. This looks fun. And once I saw that it was not just Little Big Planet, I'm like, okay. And yeah, you mentioned it looks like
Odyssey.
I thought it looked like Mario 3D World. I think either way, like
I think it's more 3D World. Yeah,
it looks fun.
It looks fun. That's one.
It's not like a day one purchase for me, but if it's, I mean, maybe it's not even a 60 or who knows how much the games will cost anyway. But it doesn't really seem like it should be a full price. I mean, maybe it's a huge game. Who knows? I don't know, but it looks fun at least.
Yeah, I think it looks really cool. I think it'd be nice.
If it was Little Big Planet 3 or however many they're up to now.
It would be 4. Yeah.
4? No, I'm good.
I'd be like, I've got Mario Maker.
But this, I'm at least intrigued.
Yep, I agree. Next up, they showed Destruction All-Stars, which is kind of like people have been wanting Twisted Metal to come back. I guess this is as close as you're going to get. It's like Rocket League meets Twisted Metal, but then when your car blows up, you can get out of the car and run around.
That's kind of cool. Yeah.
And get run over. The only thing I wrote down here was the explosions just looked beautiful. Like, they were just, it was great. But again, that's a game that should probably be a PS Plus game and then have in-game stuff you can buy. But we'll see. Next up was Kena, I'm not sure how you say it. Bridge of Spirits.
That one looks cool.
I wrote looks cool. 3D Zelda vibes.
It's basically Zelda.
I like how there was one time when she like beat the enemy or the boss or something, and the world goes from like black and white to color, and everything comes back to life. I was like, I like this. And that was the one with the little cute little furry, little black furry things, right?
Yeah.
All the animals that were like swarming around her. It looks really cool. But I don't know anything else about it. Looks like a 3D kind of Zelda-ish game.
Looks fun.
I saw Ernie tweeted that. He's like, all these 3D-ish Zelda-ish
There was a
games
lot
are
of
catching me.
yeah.
But I like it. Next up was Goodbye Volcano High, coming in 2021. I wrote dinosaur visual novel. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't.
I assume it must be an adventure game, like a visual novel, a Telltale Games-ish kind of game. I don't care.
Nah, it's whatever.
It was actually kind of weird.
It's by far, like, not even close, my least interested in game that was shown.
My least interested. Our 5th annual tradition. Next up was Oddworld Soulstorm. I've never played any of the Oddworld
I haven't
games.
either. It seemed like some people were interested in this. I just don't care. I just don't give a crap about Oddworld.
I've just never played them. What some people were saying is that the earlier games were a lot more like a platformer, but also Lemmings, where you're trying to save your people. And then later games in the series got away from that. This is clearly getting back to that. There's like, it looks like World War Z or whatever, like that many like odd people, whatever the hell they are.
Yeah,
like that you're trying to get them and you're getting through traps and stuff. But again, I've never played one, so I probably won't worry about it. Ghostwire Tokyo. So this was not a reveal. We saw this at E3 last year, but nobody knew it was first person until this. I wrote down the gameplay looks freaky as hell. It's out in 2021, and this is a console exclusive. It is coming to PC as well, but PlayStation had a lot of exclusives in here.
They did, yeah.
I don't think I'll play this game. I think it'll scare me to death.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you there.
Next up was Jet: The Far Shore, which is out holiday 2020. It seems like it's like a No Man's Sky kind of game where you're going from planet to planet and trying to
I can't even
save
remember that
people.
one.
It was the one where it's like the ship thing went down like low over the water and stuff as the name kind of slowly appeared.
Yeah.
And it was something about saving your race or something. I don't really remember.
It must not have been anything I cared about if I don't really remember much of it.
Next up, they showed Godfall. Third-person action-adventure game. This was the first PS5 game that was ever showed, and it's like...
Shown.
Sorry. They done showed it. But I'm like...
It just looks like so... something. I don't
Generic?
Generic, I guess. Yeah, I'm just like... Ugh. Like, there's nothing about it that interested me in the slightest.
It's not an existing IP. It's just like... It looks like old-school God of War with just PS5 graphics.
Yeah. I don't care.
Next up was Solar Ash. I've never played Hyper Light Drifter, but people love that. This is from the developer of that, and it is coming in 2021. People are saying, I guess it's kind of like the spiritual successor to Hyper Light Drifter. But again, I've never played it, so I don't really know. People are hyped, though, because people love Hyper Light Drifter.
Good.
Next up, this one got my attention. Hitman 3 was shown, and it's coming January 2021. I wrote down they showed some gameplay in Dubai. Holy crap. Also, they said after the fact that all locations and progress you made in Hitman 2 will come on the PS4 will come over to the PS5. So you can go back to old locations and stuff.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That game, I've never played Hitman. It seems like something I would like in general.
I thought I would, and then I did not like the last one. I was very sad.
This game, if it's the one I'm thinking of, because once you said Dubai, I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This game simultaneously looked unbelievable, and then I think the scenery maybe looked like PS5, and the characters looked like
Last
PS3 or something. Not even PS4, like PS3. It's something, I don't know. Maybe it's just not finished. I don't know. Parts of it looked unbelievable, and parts of it were like, really? This is what we're showing right now?
I think
don't know.
when I saw 47 himself, I was like, that doesn't look like a PS5 game. But then it is also coming out on PS4, so it's going to be held back.
Okay,
because
so
of
that could be it. Yeah.
Yep. Next up, if you blink, you missed it. They showed what I believe, and many people believe, was the opening animation. Like you hear the little jingle, and there's the gray screen with all the stuff, and then it's like, press the PS button. And I was like,
I'm assuming. Yeah,
it's
it's got to be what it is.
Shut. Oh, and then it went away. But I like it. It was sleek. It was cool. I like it. This one was confusing me. So next up was Astro's Playroom.
When I first just started hearing like the music and the little
Seeing him.
Astro, like all the noises he makes and stuff, I was just like,
oh my God, they're doing it.
yeah. I mean, like, I'm like, are we gonna get like a VR announcement or what? And it's not VR, but like, that's the kind of game that if Astro Mission, what I don't even know.
Astrobot Rescue Mission.
Yeah, there you go. If that wasn't in VR, I probably wouldn't care about it. But that was a nice like intro to VR where it's just like, oh, okay, this is cool. Like, and I loved it. This when I was like, oh, it's not VR, it's just like a game. I'm like, I don't care. Then I read that it's just comes pre-installed on PS5 just as like a to show off what you can do with the DualSense.
Yep.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, now that I know I don't need to figure out if I want to get it and spend money on it, I'm actually kind of excited about it. I think it'll be, I'm sure it's just a little like collection of mini games or whatever, but
I don't think it'll have a platinum trophy.
probably not, but I'm down for some Astrobot. I think it looks cool.
Yeah, they, like you said, it's free, it's preloaded on the system, so technically you get a pack-in game with this system, which never happens at launch anymore. It's not really a game. It's more just, like we said, focus on the features of the DualSense, get you used to all that. But yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, they're just going to make an Astrobot kind of like Sackboy is what I thought it was at first.
Yeah.
And it's not. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not. Next up was Little Devil Inside. This is the one I can barely remember. This was what I wrote down was the world looks realistic, but the characters look unrealistic. This is the one where the guy pooped. The old guy pooped when he dropped the bomb.
Oh, that was that one.
that made me laugh. I was like, that's so childish. I wish the kids were watching right now. And then the guy kind of goes, huh? I have no idea what's going in it. It looks cool, but I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
Next up, we saw Zion for NBA 2K21. And they said on the screen pre-alpha footage. And God almighty, are you kidding me? Now, is he going to look like that when you're playing? I doubt it. Like, obviously, maybe we already knew this, but clearly he's going to be on the cover of 2K21.
Yeah. Should be Ja.
It should be, and he should be Rookie of the Year. But, like, the sweat going, I was like, that's Zion.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then the way he dunked and handled the ball, I was like, that's Zion. Now, they can't motion capture and scan every single player in the NBA. They can't do it. Zion, he's on the cover. He's going to get the special. I'm sure LeBron and all the big Kawhi and all the big names will. It was impressive, but I don't even know if it was. I assume that was not gameplay.
I don't think so. NBA games have always, no matter how good they look, just from like a character model perspective, once you see them moving and it's in game, maybe it's. I feel like they always look. I'm not going to say terrible, but like bad compared to Madden. 100% of the time. And I don't know if it's just that there's so much more going on with basketball that it's just that much tougher to. It always just looks clunky the way they like move, and I don't know. Now this looked amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's
there's
not
no
gameplay.
way.
That's like an opening cinematic, whatever. Like it still looked beautiful, but I kind of want to see. I don't care anyway. I've never been into basketball games. I'm impressed with how it looked so far, but that's not what the actual game is going to look like.
No, there's no way. But good for Zion. And obviously that's a cross-gen game as well. So again, it'll probably be next year before we see what some of these sports games can really do. I wish they would have shown more just show me one play in Madden of gameplay, not like a split second of gameplay that we don't really even know if that was gameplay at the Xbox thing when Mahomes dove for the end zone. Next up, Bug Snacks. I wrote Strawberry Game. This is the weirdest, most unsettling thing. And then when that thing at the end comes and runs at the screen, that was just like, this is someone was on LSD or something when they came up with this game.
When I saw it, I was just like, what? Like, this is just stupid. And now I'm not like, I'm way more, I don't even know if I would say interested. Like, just curious maybe. Like, first of all, the song is catchy.
Yes.
Did you see Miller, or I don't know if it was Miller or just Kind of Funny's tweet about churches?
Yes.
I was like, yeah.
Get her to do the song.
But the song is catchy. I just don't. I mean, talk about a.
I don't even know. I don't even know what to think. It's like you eat candy and fruit bugs, and then you grow.
But then
strawberry
you
arm.
I have no
I can't
idea.
believe I'm saying
It
this
just
out
doesn't
loud.
make sense. But I mean, I guess it could be fun.
Oh. It looks so stupid, but it'll probably, and it seems like that's probably a launch game too. It said holiday 2020. Sean, this next one is for you, maybe me. I don't know. But like I said, I was not going to do it again. I was not going to predict what I wanted to, which was a Metal Gear remake from Blue Point. I wasn't going to do it. I said it's Demon Souls. Demon Souls is there. It is from Blue Point. They're working with Japan Studio. It is a full remake. It also includes fractured mode, which I assume is super hard mode. I don't know.
Probably.
And then there's options. You can either have better graphics or better frame rate, kind of like on PCs, and Series X does that on a lot of games too. And I think PS4 Pro does too. Are you going to do it?
I don't see any reason why I would not get this game unless I find out something about Demon Souls that I'm just like, no, that's not for me. It's not going to. I see no scenario where I like this better than Bloodborne.
Right.
I'm not getting my hopes up that much, but it just looks fun. I don't see any way that I don't enjoy it. I don't know. I'm happy for it. It looks good. I'm almost certainly going to get it, but I'm keeping my expectations in check. And maybe, who knows? Maybe I'm like, no, this is way better than Bloodborne. This is more my style. I don't know. I don't think so, but
the thing that just worries me is everything I've heard about people saying how the gameplay is so much slower. And
one of the big things is you have a shield, which automatically just slows everything down because now blocking is a big portion as opposed to just like dodging and like I don't know.
But maybe they'll revamp that too. Maybe it's just slow and clunky because it was a.
Well, yeah,
I don't even know when it came out. 2009 or something. I don't know when Demon Souls came out. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I want to see gameplay.
I'm more interested in it than I am Sekiro or Ghost.
Yeah.
Like it appeals to me more than either of those do. I still want Bloodborne. I want Bloodborne 2. I want Bloodborne remastered. I'm okay with. I'll settle for this.
But the thing that they're calling it a remake makes me think they will iron out some of those control issues. You can't make it like Bloodborne, like you said, if you're using a shield.
Right.
But I don't know. We'll see. I'm very interested to see how the game actually plays. And some of the screenshots I saw and videos comparing the original to the remake, I'm like, oh my god, it makes me sad because of Metal Gear.
What could have been?
Yeah, like, and hopefully they'll hurry up and poop this out and get to work on Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Next up was, where am I? Deathloop. Coming from Arcane. This is also a PS console exclusive. It is coming to PC, but it's not coming to Xbox. Like, I remember Deathloop at E3 last year. It was a quick trailer, I think. They didn't show any gameplay. It was just you die, you go again. This game looks so freaking cool. It's first person, 8 assassins trying to kill you. It's like the Tom Cruise Live, Die, Repeat, whatever the original name of it was. It's that in game form, and it just looks like it's
the funny thing is, as I'm watching this, first of all, it does look better to me, or I mean, it looks more interesting to me than most first-person shooters do. I will say I'm at least
like it feels
interested.
more like a BioShock. Not that it is BioShock, but that kind of feel to the
thing that was bothering me is it's like, ooh, you go and you die and you learn something new so that next time I'm like, that's literally every video game that's ever been created. Like, this is nothing new. And maybe they'll make it part of the gameplay somehow, but like that's the definition of video games pretty much. Yeah. You go, you die, you learned what kills you, you come back and you do it differently the next time, and they're building a whole game around it, and it's like, but that's been done. Like, this is what video games literally are.
There's got to be some kind of cool, like, I wonder if to beat the game you have to get through it without dying, and every time you die you go back, you have to start the Groundhog Day over again and get through all 8 assassins. Wow. I don't know. It's intriguing. The fact that that this is a PlayStation exclusive and so is Ghostwire Tokyo is like, man, Sony came out again swinging. Like, I'll get to it when we're done. But
well, was it McCaffrey who said, who's Mr.
Xbox.
and he's like, the pressure is on Xbox now. So I don't know, when is their thing? Is it July?
July.
They need to show
if they said
some
a date. I want to say July 9th, but I don't know if they actually showed a date.
They need to. I don't know. They need to have some games.
Yes, they do. Next up, Sean nailed this one too. I knew it from the. I texted you and I was like, "Oh my god, I think this is it."
I saw it and I'm like, "Wait, is this?
Why are they telling a weird, creepy story?" I was like, "This is it."
And then I saw like a flash of an Umbrella logo and I was like,
"Oh, I didn't even see that. I missed that."
I felt like the DiCaprio meme where he's like, because that's. I was like, "What? Wait, what did I just see?"
It's coming out in 2021. More info is coming in August, and I've got some more info here before you gush about it. Hold on.
Go for it.
It is based on the newest version of the Resident Evil engine, the RE engine, so that's good. So it's going to look even better. Like 2 and 3 were just gorgeous. It is a bit more action-oriented. That's the only thing I worry about.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about that, but I'm okay with it.
No load times. It takes place 7 years after 7. No, sorry, I got dyslexic there. It takes place years after 7, and you do play as Ethan. There is new inventory, and then there was a second key art that I didn't take a picture of, but it was like it looked like the crow. Kind of reminded me of like the crow key from 7 or something. Yeah. I don't know. It was some kind of insignia or something. First off, I don't really think that was Chris. Because he's like, "Chris, what are you doing?" Boom, no! That's not Chris. That didn't look anything like Chris Redfield in 7. That doesn't look like him at all. And 7 didn't look like what I thought Chris looked like. It didn't look like Chris in 5. Like he's changed.
He looks different
so
in every
much.
single game.
So maybe it actually is him. But like, why would he go to the dark side? I never played the Chris DLC on 7. Did you?
I did. It was just
very shootery.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was fine.
But what do you think about 8?
I'm happy that they're not straying too far from the formula of 7. I don't think you'll top 7. What 7 did, I don't think you can do that any better than 7 did it. I like the village kind of setting. It very much reminds me of 4.
This is like first person 4 is what I kind of feel like.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about like werewolves and stuff, but like 7 was amazing despite the molded. Like such a like just this is like the zombie of this game. Like it was all
like
about
Suicide Squad.
Right, yeah. I mean, 7 was all about the bakers. The enemies were just kind of there to be a hindrance. I have very high hopes for this. Like when they called it Village, I was just like, thank you. Like that's perfect. There's no way it's going to be as... I hope it's not too open, which is my concern. Whenever you have like an outdoors, like an outside game, I'm always like, is it going to be too open?
Yeah.
That won't feel like Resident Evil. So I hope you're still somewhat
you got to have some kind of
in.
Metroidvania-ish elements in an RPG game.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, 4 was very much... it was indoors and outdoors or whatever, but you still felt kind of... Like when you look at the map, it's just paths. It's not just field where you can go anywhere. So I think it's the best kind of setting you can have and have it still feel the way that 7 did. I don't know. I know it's not going to be as good as 7 isn't even like a perfect game, but like what they did well, they did perfectly. There are parts obviously that aren't great, but 7 is more about a feeling to me than just the actual gameplay. This seems like it could have that same, I mean, different, but a similar kind of feeling to it. Instead of just being, how the old school games were, where you're in this building and you got to find your way. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be good. I have my hopes probably way too high, but I'm excited for it so far.
So now what I wonder, so Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and they hid the 7 in the V-I-L, and now they're doing Village for the V-I-I. What is 9 going to be called? Resident Evil Illness. Because you got to have VIII.
Well, Roman numerals would be IX.
Oh, crap. You're right. What am I saying?
So it would be Resident Evil
So it'll be
6. IX. Resident Evil 6, 9. Resident Evil...
Because so you could do Resident
I don't know.
Evil, and then the L could be the I, but then Resident Evil...
Resident Evil 10, 9. Resident Evil X, IX.
I'm so excited for it. 2021, we don't know if it's early 2021 or not. But I think next year is the 25th anniversary.
I think it was 96.
Yeah.
It might be... no, I think it was 96. It wasn't 95.
I think it was I'm pretty sure it was 96, but I can't remember what month the first game came out. So I just wonder if they'll try to target that for the release date for this, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Then Pragmata was shown. The only game that said it's coming in 2022. So, like, why even say the date? Just say Pragmata. And I swear for the life of me, because they didn't show the Capcom logo, I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's Death Stranding 2. Because, dude, that astronaut had some serious Norman Fetus vibes going on with it. And I was like, maybe all that interview that Kojima gave was just BS and he's going to do a sequel. By the way, I don't think the game should have a sequel. Not because of the gameplay or anything, but I think it is a perfectly well-told story that ends. And if you're not going to play it, I would just tell you, but I don't even know how the hell I can't even explain it because it's a Kojima game. But I don't know. This game just looks like whatever. It's just a CG trailer of an astronaut going, like, escaping what looks like the Truman Show.
I was going to say, it's like the Truman Show.
Going to outer space with this little girl. I don't get it. I don't know nothing about it, so whatever.
I mean, Capcom's been killing it lately, so
Exactly.
I'm kind of hopeful for it. I mean, I just don't know what to think, but it looks like they may have something there.
Yeah, no idea. They laughed at my GIF. Okay. They sent me a funny meme about a guy, IPA meme. And I was like, that's not nice. Because they know I drink IPAs. So
Who's
like to
they?
make fun of me. Rasan and Jim.
Yeah.
And then they closed with and this is the second time I cried. When they started like flying in and you see the scenery and everything, and I was like, I think I texted you. I can't remember because I was saying it out loud, but I was like, oh my God, Horizon. I said, like, this is, yeah, I think I texted you and I said, this is it. Or I said, here we go. They're flying in and everything. I still don't know what to think. And then you start seeing ruins of stuff. I'm like, this is it. It's happening. And then Aloy starts talking, and I just immediately was like, it's happening. And I don't know, I'm like doing it now. I don't know what it is like about that game that just connected with me so much. I just absolutely love the story. I love the gameplay. It's a beautiful world. Her hair is amazing. Her hair looks even more amazing now. But just hearing her talk and like basically telling you what's happened. So,
And hopefully they fix the weird, like...
I gotta think they will. Basically, the way the planet's getting taken over by this whatever, and seeing that poor fox, I was like, oh, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
I know I run up and I just hit him with my lance and I skin him and stuff, but you don't like, it's just a game. But here's just like this fox is dying because of this red poison stuff, which if you've beaten the first game, you'll know what that is. I'm not going to talk about it or that. It's so weird. I've never seen my phone just go from light to dark. I mean, my iPad. I guess because it hit
really?
9 o'clock. This is my game of the show, of course. Doesn't feel like it's even a launch window game because I don't think they even said 2021. So now I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
But they didn't for Ratchet either. They didn't say any date for that, and that's clearly coming pretty soon. So maybe it will be next year and a week away from Breath of the Wild too. Absolutely breathtaking.
It looks beautiful.
The underwater stuff was just like, oh my God. And she's swimming under I can't remember. I think Sawtooth was the T-Rex. I can't remember what the crocodile things are called because it's been so long since I played it, but swimming under them and looking up at it and stuff. I was like, I never thought like, not only can you do, I hope you can climb everything. I hope they steal that from Breath of the Wild. But now maybe you can't, but they're like, but you can swim anywhere. I don't know. And obviously, you don't have to worry about your air because she's got a respirator on, so you can just swim and whatever. I also wrote down the giant freaking mastodon woolly mammoth things. Holy crap. The giant turtle that comes up out of the water. Holy crap. Silas is in there. And then you see, and that's kind of, if you haven't played the first game yet, you know what I mean? They kind of, whatever.
Yeah.
It's almost 4 years old at this point. But then they're like corrupt. You can see like they're corrupting whatever that. I can't remember what the robot dinosaur was, but you could tell they're corrupting it to do what they want it to do and stuff. And I just could not be more excited for a game than. And it is just called Horizon Forbidden West. However, if you look at the logo, there's a 2 in there, which I like it. Even they're not going to call it Horizon 2. But we were all way off on what the name would be. It's not zero, not dawn, not a number. It's just Forbidden West, and I love it. And you could tell they're in San Francisco because you can see the Golden Gate Bridge at one point. Like, I was over the moon watching this. What did you think of Horizon Forbidden West?
It looks beautiful. What I will say, I don't know when, but it made me want to go back and play Horizon again, which Last of Us 2 never really did for Last of Us.
Yeah.
I mean, even though I went and just tried to play through it again on my own and just couldn't, so I'm just like, whatever. That made me want to play Horizon again. And Horizon, it took a long time to click with me because I was going back and forth between that and Breath of the Wild. And for two kind of similar games, they couldn't control more and play more differently.
Yep.
So I do kind of want to give it another try and, just be all in on it from the beginning.
And they do have New Game Plus, so you can keep your armor and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's good.
Yeah. So I don't know. It looks great. I'm very excited. I kind of want to play. I mean, I know the big story points of the first one, but I feel like there's also a lot I don't really remember.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't really want to just read it, like read Wikipedia what happens. I kind of just want to play through it again and, figure it out that way. So I don't know. I don't know when I'll play it. Maybe this fall?
For me, it just depends on when this game's actually coming out. Because I want to play it like a
month before.
Like a month before this. I mean, I've already platinumed it. The only thing I never got all the way through Frozen Wilds because something else came out when that came out. Oh, I think it was the Zelda DLC came out then. And then I never finished that either. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play through it again. I'll probably do New Game Plus just so I keep all my awesome armor and stuff. That like regenerates your health and everything. And I was at level 50, of course, because I platinumed the thing. You won't start at level 50, I don't think. I think you just keep your gear and whatnot. But
right,
I couldn't be happier. They opened, not counting Grand Theft Auto, because that was, I don't count that as the opening.
That had nothing to do, well, I won't say nothing to do with PS5, but yeah.
They opened with Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and they closed with Horizon Forbidden West. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
When it comes to games, that's what they did. However, when Horizon was done, you didn't just get Jim Ryan talking to me like, it's fun, we're looking at this, we're still going to launch this holiday, and they started with all these balls like, I was like, and I can't remember if I texted you, but this time I was yelling at the TV. By this time, the boys had taken a break from video games, and they had came in. And because I didn't want them to watch the show because they said it was mature, but I think one guy said an F word.
Yeah,
like
I'm trying to think
Deathloop
of
or something.
Yeah, I think it was Deathloop.
But nothing was there was no violence or anything that I can remember. No.
Nothing that bad.
Yeah, I mean they play shooting games. What? How old am I? But I got up out of my seat and I crouched over, hands on my knees, and I started yelling at the TV. So the boys came in, they were like, "What's going on?" I was yelling at the TV, "Show the box! Come on! Show it! Show the box!" And it was as it faded out and you started to get like, it was doing all of this, but it was kind of fading and everything. And then I was like, what's happening? And then that blue light comes on and I'm like, and they showed it and I go, oh my God. This was before all the memes and everything. I was just like, I didn't care what it looked like, but it was just like, we finally got here. We see the actual PlayStation 5. And I lost my mind. The boys were laughing at me and everything. I lost my friggin' mind just seeing this Wi-Fi router. And then they blew my mind. Oh, there's all these rumors about Xbox doing, 2 SKUs and Lockhart's coming. This has been rumored for like a year now, blah, blah, blah. Screw you. Digital edition. Y'all been talking about this like behind the scenes for a year. We're going to do it first. Here you go. Suck on that, Xbox. Like, what did you think about the box? And then we'll get into the 2 different SKUs. Because I like it. I like the two-tone. The one thing I would change is the the bat ears. It looks like to me, I see Batman.
Yeah.
If he had a white cowl. It looks like Batman. If it didn't have those fins like this, if the white part mirrored the black part, it's like a reverse Oreo. If the white, like the curve, because the black in the middle is curved and it goes back, and then the fins stick up. I think the only thing they should have changed is don't have those fins, just have the white kind of still do I love the two-tone thing. I like it. Get rid of the bat ears and just have it all be the same shape. That's the only thing I would have changed. I dig it.
And it is dressed like a bat. I don't hate it. It's grown on me, but when I first saw it, I was just like,
"Whoa,
what?" Like I was so happy just to see it.
Yeah.
And then that gave way to like, do I like this? I don't know. I don't know if I like this. I love the white, or more specifically, the two-tone.
Which we nailed that. As soon as they showed the DualSense, we're like, that's what it's going to look like.
I'm glad so what I've heard is Series X is changing almost nothing about the UI. And PlayStation's like, no, we're going to change everything. They're changing everything. Yeah. The 2, the 3, the 4 have all basically just been a black box. Yeah. So I'm glad they changed it up. It seems... I would rather have this than just another thing that just looked like a PlayStation 4. Like, I like that they did something different with it. It seems like one of those things that would have come out in like the 90s that would have been like, here's what the year 2020.
Exactly.
Like,
this
it just
would have been in Back to the Future.
Yeah. It seems unnecessarily futuristic looking. I don't know. I don't hate it, but I also just don't really care. I'm not going to see it half the time. Like, I don't care what it looks like. I love the controller, and I'm going to see that a lot more, and I'm going to see the console. I don't hate it. It's grown on me since it first, was shown. It's just whatever. I'm glad they changed it. I'm glad it looks different. It couldn't be more different than the Series X.
And it's huge.
It is big. What I'm kind of confused about
God, you're killing me today.
is I think the way I saw
Did you notice this, by the way?
Yes. When it lays flat, the disc slot is on the bottom.
Yes.
And so if that's not there, it just doesn't... I can't remember if it was the one with the disc or the one without it, but one of them, it just looked like it would lay like this.
Yeah. So what somebody said, and I didn't go back and try to verify, but it looks like the stand that holds it vertical is different. It's not the same stand. So the thing must come with 2 stands.
I just assumed it wouldn't have a stand if you laid it flat.
Yeah. So it's got a stand. It's got a black stand like you saw with it.
Yeah.
The Ivesor on. I got to get Jared Petty. That was a good Photoshop. Kind of like one of those perfect push-up things. It's so that it keeps it level. But it is weird that like the disc is on the bottom. I don't know, something about it. I'm not going to be able to stand it up because it's too tall to go in my cabinet. And Jess ain't letting me put that up on the freaking...
Put it on display.
It's not that nice looking, but I like it. I love that they're doing an all digital edition. My prediction is 500 and 400. I've seen some people saying 600 and 400 or 550 and
I can't imagine. I don't think
it's not just going to be a $50 difference. It's
I
got to
can't
at least be $100.
Imagine they go more than 500.
That's
a death sentence.
They can't. They cannot do $599 is such a meme with them. They can't do $599.
Yeah.
It has to be 500, 400, maybe even 350. I don't know, which would be enticing to me. Except I got so many.
That's what I was going to ask. Is what would the price difference have to be for you to?
I don't think there's anything because Randy Orton won. The pay-per-view's already over at 9. Why wasn't WWE doing quick pay-per-views when I still cared? Why are they doing everything's 5 hours long? Anyways. No,
yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought of the backward because I was like, well, maybe I could just go all digital. But then,
for me, it's the physical games, but it's also I've got so many Blu-rays. And if I were to get the all digital edition, then I've got to get a separate Blu-ray player because the kids, a lot of the things I have now have I've got them in my Movies Anywhere and I've got the Blu-ray, but not everything. And I can't with 4 kids, I can't just rely on Netflix and Disney Plus to watch the movies they want to watch. I've got to have a Blu-ray drive.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Unless they do something where if you get all digital, you can hook up a 4K. You can buy this separate white box that's a Blu-ray drive. Can't play physical games, but maybe it'll play 4K Ultra, Blu-ray drives.
By the time you add that on, it's probably back to the original price point anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. I was actually kind of intrigued by the digital because I own like 3 I have more of your Blu-rays than I have of my own. Like I just don't
Fast
have.
And Furious, yeah.
And I have Joker now because Dad gave it to me.
Okay.
I own Endgame on Blu-ray, but that's more just
because
I haven't actually watched it. I bought it and then I got the digital one, and that's the only one. Yeah, now I've got Disney Plus anyway. But like when I bought it, I watched the digital version. I've never taken the disc out of it, I don't think.
Yeah.
So I don't really care about that. But now, yeah, I'm more concerned with the backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
and if somehow they could just figure out a way to just say, if you own the disc, like put it in. I don't know.
There's nothing to put it in.
No way. That's the thing. Well, I was gonna say put in your PS4 so you can like verify it, but then who's to say you wouldn't just
give it to you, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. That's $100 would be enticing, but unless they can figure out a way around the backwards compatibility,
yeah,
I don't think $100 is making the difference.
So I think I'm stuck getting the physical, and now when you look at it, I think the digital looks much better because it's symmetrical.
Yes. Yeah.
The physical, the disc drive one is like
it's like a Tumba.
It's a Tumba. It's not a Tumba. It's a disc drive. It's horrible, Arnold. So I'm stuck getting that, but the main reason I was happy that they put out a digital version is it's going to be cheaper. Most people are going to say it's cheaper. I want that version. So it's going to be easier for me to pre-order the physical version.
Maybe
in my head.
Yeah.
And they did say no pricing today. The pricing and additional details will be revealed at a later date. Also with the hardware, both will be available at launch. The only difference is the disk drive. I heard people on like Kind of Funny and Colin were both saying, well, we don't know about storage and one's going to have more, whatever. I'm like, Mark Cerny said in his Power Hour, it's a random ass 825 gig SSD. We know the storage. Now, maybe they're saying like terabytes. Maybe they'll have a terabyte version or something, but they've said it's what they're basing it off of is an 825 gigabyte SSD. I don't think there's going to be a bigger version because I think that's the SSD that they want this to run on. You'll probably, you'll be able to hook up an external drive. Maybe you can play PS4 games from that because Xbox has said stuff like that. Remember, they said you can like hook up something and like your old games, they can play through that fine because you don't need the new hard drive or whatever. They showed a charging base. I'm gonna get everything. Charging base headset after I just got my Platinum. I'm like, God, I hope this is still compatible, but now I don't think it will be. But it was a gift card, so it was free. And my kids can use, because I'm getting, as soon as that comes out, the PS4 is going into their room. And here you go, guys. If it's not compatible, they can have it. If it is, you can't have it. Charging base headset, camera, the remote.
You know you're gonna want the new headset, even if your old one is compatible.
Just so it all matches. Yeah. Well, I just have her for Christmas. As long as I get this at launch, I'm going to be like, I need another DualSense. I need a charging base. I need a headset. Can lay sideways. Oh, and there was articles coming out that said they put in a lot of work to make sure that the fan is quieter. And I think that's, a lot of people are saying that's probably one of the main reasons it's so ginormous is the cooling system that's in there to keep it from overheating and going crazy.
Yeah.
And then they ended with their new slogan, "Play has no limits." Also, as a note here, the PS5 Reveal was the most watched gaming live stream in YouTube history, surpassing all console reveals and E3 streams.
Wow.
Anybody that thinks Xbox is winning this next war, it's not happening. Like when I watched this, I'm like I tweeted it out. It's cool that Xbox went first, and they showed it they showed the fridge at the Game Awards, and they've been doing all this, and they're talking about their teraflops and blah 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 blah. At the end of the day, none of that matters. It's the games that matter. And watching this, if you're someone who is not a fan of Halo, I can't imagine watching this and going, I'm getting an Xbox.
Unless they come out and say Series X is $400.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only way they're going to. And I
think
still
they
don't
have
think
to
they'll
at this
outsell
point.
it, but I think that would help close the gap maybe. But because I feel like there's a lot more, maybe this is obvious, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more of an overlap between PC gamers and
Yes.
Xbox fanboys. And so, yeah, there's games that you can't play on the Xbox, but you could probably play on PC.
Mm-hmm. And Xbox doesn't really care where you play.
Yeah, they're not going to buy a PlayStation because they can play it on the PC, but they also probably won't get an Xbox. You know, like the games they want to play are on PlayStation and PC for the most part. So even if they're not buying PlayStations, it also doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be buying a lot of Xboxes.
Right.
So I'm not going to say it's already been decided.
It is decided.
Xbox
Is
not winning.
What I wrote here as my last note is PlayStation just hit an RKO out of nowhere on Xbox.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, even one of the biggest fanboys.
Everybody's like,
Sony.
when is Sony going to tell us something? Okay, well,
Here you
we've
go.
shown you more than Xbox has now.
Yes.
So, come on, Xbox. When are you
Yeah.
going to show us something? When are you going to show us some gameplay?
They've got is Halo Infinite, and you can play it on this gen.
Yeah.
You know, they've said they're gonna show Halo. It has to be gameplay, otherwise, they are dead in the water. And Halo better be freaking Halo. It has to be.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, Sean?
No, it's one of the few times I've had my hopes very high for something, and they were exceeded. Not even just met, exceeded, I think.
I agree.
Now, we still don't know exactly what the launch titles are. No, I don't think they said any of those explicitly were
No.
launch titles.
What they've
they
said
said holiday 2020, and
Yeah.
the PlayStation's coming out holiday 2020. So who knows what will truly be a launch title, but
The only thing I think they've said in the past was that Godfall game, because it was revealed so early as the first PS5 game. At that point, they said it was launch. In this, it said holiday 2020, just like Spider-Man and a couple others. Spider-Man's going to be there at launch, period. And I don't need anything else. Just give me Spider-Man. I'll probably pick up Madden or Call of Duty just so I got something. Watch Dogs has to... Oh, there was no Ubisoft's got their own event. That's right. Never mind. So we'll get a release date for Watch Dogs there. I still say Watch Dogs is going to be it's going to be cross-gen, but I think it'll be right around the launch of both systems. That's of the games coming out this year, the rest of this year, not counting Last of Us because it's right upon us. Watch Dogs might be... No, I'm probably still, even if it's just a 10, 12-hour game, I'm probably still more excited for Spider-Man than I am Watch Dogs. But what they showed, the one time they actually did that deep dive in Watch Dogs Legion gameplay, and I remember thinking it right then, I was like, this does not feel like a current-gen game. Everything they're talking about doing where you can be any NPC and blah, 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 it seems like it's next-gen. Yeah. Watch Dogs I'm going to get for sure. But Spider-Man takes top billing. And I really hope Horizon is first quarter next year. And Breath of the Wild too. Now it's really like, I don't care about Xbox. I'll watch it and see whatever. Hopefully Halo's awesome. Hopefully
I'll definitely watch it.
Hopefully people that love Halo are like, oh, this looks like it, because nobody liked Halo 5. And then they screwed up the Master Chief Collection. But Nintendo, man, where you at? Come on. We got to get those Mario. Oh my God, I'm going to be so broke. The PS5, Spider-Man, Watch Dogs, Mario All-Stars 2, Metroid Prime Trilogy. I'm just going to throw that out there. Oh. And who knows what else is... Yeah. Who else? I don't know. The one thing I do wonder... Like, the PS4 launched with Resogun as a PS Plus game. And that was awesome. I wonder... I got to think that somewhere in that list of games that I read off, something there is going to be a PS Plus game that they think people will love. Like, it's not going to be a Resogun, you know what I mean? But there's got to be a good PS. Oh, I mean, I assume they're going to give us free PS5 games, but with Sony, I probably shouldn't assume. There's got to be a good PS Plus game in there to launch with as well, would be my thinking.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what it could be. Bug snacks.
That's what I'm thinking, actually. All right. Any final thoughts, Sean?
No, I can't wait.
Yeah, we're going about as long as I thought we would. And now it's time for the wrap-up. That's the end of the news. Destiny 2 got a whole bunch of stuff going on this week. Beyond Light expansion was announced for September 22nd. The Witch Queen is coming out in 2021, and Lightfall is coming out in 2022. I wrote here, Destiny 3 is never happening. And then Schreier tweeted too, he's like laughing, like it's so cool what Bungie's doing. Like, you bought Destiny 2, we're giving you all this stuff. Not giving you, you have to buy it, but still, like, this would have been Destiny 3 and maybe Destiny 4 if they were still with Activision.
Right.
Destiny 2 will be coming to next gen. It will be 4K and 60 frames per second. That's huge. Crossplay is coming next year. You can get Destiny 2 on PS5 and Series X for free if you own the current gen version. You just upgrade it to the PS5 version, which we both do. And just seeing all this, I'm like, man, I did have fun with that. I don't do the multiplayer stuff. People just drop in my game, and I'm like, hey, I don't know who you are. I'm not going to talk to you. But the gameplay was so much fun. So I may jump back into it if I get to a dead point. But people that love Destiny are very excited for this. In an interview, Neil Druckmann said that his next project may actually be The Last of Us Part 3 if there is a story to tell or a new IP. I haven't even played 2 yet. I don't think the first one needed a sequel, but I'm happy we're getting one. Without even playing the second one, I don't think it should have a sequel.
Yeah, I agree.
Bloodstained has now passed 1 million sold. That makes me very happy.
Awesome.
They also revealed the roadmap for 2020 DLC, which includes Boss Revenge, where you get to play as the bosses and fight Miriam. Just a fun little mode.
Yeah.
There's a customization chroma wheel. I don't even know what it is. There's a versus mode. There's also a boss rush, which you can do 2-player co-op.
Sweet.
That will be a fun Let's Play. We will be doing that when it comes out. There's also classic mode across 5 stages, where it's like old school Castlevania, but with these graphics, not like the other Castlevania. The other
Virtual of the Moon or whatever.
And there will be a 3rd playable character later this year as well. Happy for Iga. Happy that game is still being supported. This was so weird. A year-old build of Gods and Monsters, which is that Ubisoft game that looks like Breath of the Wild that I cannot wait to play, randomly popped up on Stadia and people were able to play it before they took it down. Ubisoft did say that it's actually going to get a name change. So it's not Gods and Monsters. It's going to have a different name.
Weird.
Yeah. Persona 4 Golden is out on Steam, and within like an hour of it being up, it was the best-selling game on Steam.
Wow.
4K compatible. It's not just a straight port of the Vita game. They did a lot to it and everything, and people are very happy. Did you see this? Alex Kidd is getting a new game.
I thought I saw that, but
It was on
I just forgot about it until just now.
It was on IGN's, whatever they're calling it, Summer of Gaming, or I can't keep all these names straight. Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX coming in 2021 to all the consoles. Random. I don't know if it's a remake of the first one or just a new game. Was there ever more than one game?
Not that I know of, but
because there was nothing on the Genesis. I think it was just Master System.
Yeah.
It looks like AT&T is trying to sell off the WB Interactive Games division. Apparently, Batman would not be part of the deal if it goes to a first-party studio like Sony or Xbox. They wouldn't allow that to be locked there. I don't know.
So what else do they have?
Well, it would be selling Rocksteady and WB Montreal.
But what kind of game?
Harry Potter, I guess.
Oh, God,
that stupid RPG that will never come out. It would be more buying the talent than any IP, I think.
Okay.
13 is out November 10th.
Oh, I forgot about that. I got that too.
Did you like the gameplay? Does it like
it
remind
looks
you?
Faithful.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like I hoped it would.
It looked yeah. And you already know about this because it's coming after we record, but Star Wars Squadrons. Remember when Project Maverick popped up?
Yeah.
That's Star Wars Squadrons. It's going to be revealed on Monday. We're recording this Sunday, so you already know, but it looks like it's going to be aerial combat focused. There is a short single-player campaign, but it is focused on multiplayer, coming to PC and console this fall.
That was the other thing. I dove into Battlefront 2.
Oh.
I don't like it.
I didn't like it when I played it.
It took me forever to figure out just how to get into like a single player game. All of a sudden I'm like, wait, is this multiplayer only? And I eventually found my way to it. But it's like, do you want to play multiplayer? Do you want to play multiplayer? You want to go over here?
There's
you
a
can play
campaign
single player
over here, yeah.
I don't like it. I think I've already deleted it.
I think I have it already on PS. I think the boys got it for Christmas or something.
I think they did. I was excited for it when I first saw it.
Yeah,
just,
they did.
I don't know. I don't like it. Not for me.
I feel bad for Shiva Kamini Soma Kanakran.
I just want to be able to have a
lightsabers.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be pew, pew, pew. Like, just give me a lightsaber.
I hope Fallen Order 2 or whatever Star Wars Jedi Forbidden West is awesome. God, I hope it's awesome.
Yeah.
We've gone long enough. About an hour 45, yeah. I don't have a bag box. You got a bag box?
No,
I was just going to do Horizon, but I'm like, it's probably super. I didn't look it up, but I'm guessing it's very obvious because back of the boxes for like of the last like 10 years are like 2 sentences.
Yeah.
And there's no point. So that's it for episode 186. I don't know why I snapped, but thank you guys so much for being here. I didn't even say it at the top, but this was, like I tweeted, this is the episode that I've been the most excited to do, probably since we got the Switch reveal. When we pre-ordered it while we were doing our reaction, we were like, oh my God, Best Buy, Amazon, I don't know what's happening. This is the most excited I've been for a podcast.
So, if PS5 ever comes out for pre-order, and you see it and I don't, buy 2. And I'll pay you back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't think it'll even...
If they even they probably won't let you buy 2.
But if it's Amazon, it won't charge until it ships. So I can just order it,
true,
and then you give me your credit card, and I'll just change the shipping info and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got Wario.
I just get so overwhelmed with him.
know.
Like, one of these days, I'm going to see like 30 notifications, and I'm just going to delete them. And one of them will be like, PS5 up for pre-order.
No, because I will be just saying, go, 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 go. God, I can't wait. I hope I get one at launch. I really hope they're not as supply constricted as they think they'll be. I really hope they're not.
Yeah.
Never been so excited to spend 5, 6, 7. I don't even know how many hundreds of dollars. I don't know what it's going to cost, plus taxes. And I'm not going to. The one good thing though is I'm not going to get a second controller at launch. I'm guessing they're going to be $70 like the Switch Pro controller. They're going to be expensive with all that crap they got
probably.
in there. But I don't need one at launch. Even if there's anything that we can do co-op for Let's Plays, you just bring yours over and sync it up. And I still wonder, speaking of my headset being compatible, I do wonder if the DualShock 4s will be compatible. It'd be cool if they were, but I don't think they will, because then you're never going to sell. I mean, not never, but you won't sell anywhere near as many DualSenses if you do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they will be.
Yeah. Oh, well, but now it's the end of the 186th episode of the podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here. As you know, you can find us at nerd901.com, where they're connecting nerds across the Mid-South and the multiverse. Also, check out youtube.com/blurredwithoutfear, our brother Ernie. You can find us on Twitter. I'm at KevinWhite24. He's at Real Sean White. Together, we're at 2player_or/co-op. Don't do that, because then you'll never find us. Patreon, Twitch, YouTube, audio services around the multiverse. You know all that. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you're still listening. Like I said, I was so hyped to do this. Sean and I didn't even say this at the beginning because I just went right into it. We didn't talk about this at all. We text each other a little bit.
Yeah, little bits and pieces.
But then, like, later that day, I went to pick up my kids from Granny's house. And Sean walks in, and we're both like,
just nod, like
okay. And then we're at pizza night the next night with our parents, and we're like, okay, yeah, we're not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So this was awesome. Thank you guys for watching or listening, and until the next time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.